Hey everyone, welcome to Twin Tuesday. My name is Dana Schmoyer, and I am so excited to tell you that I am 35 weeks pregnant with monodive twin girls. Last week was a bit of a scare with having to go into the hospital. I had gone shopping with my two oldest kids, worn myself out, was having about 15 Braxton Hicks contractions in an hour. None of them ever felt like they were becoming real contractions, but that's what the doctor wanted to monitor, so I stayed overnight and had a couple hours of 15 contractions in an hour, and that just was not making them feel comfortable. Because this is going to be my fifth labor and delivery, hopefully no C-section. They want to keep an eye on me because I will progress really quickly with my body already knowing the process of how to deliver a baby. And so with both of our girls having been breech for 2 months or more, they don't want me to go into full labor with breech babies. But I have some good news in just a second. This last week I had a non-stress test on Thursday and got to see the girls because baby B decided to sleep through the non-stress test. So baby A was completely active and moving and doing everything that they needed, but baby B pretty much just slept through the whole entire thing. So I had to do a biophysical ultrasound, which meant that we had to watch both girls. They needed to see both of the girls practice breathing for half a minute. And baby A actually had hiccups, which counted for her breathing, and her hiccups lasted a really long time. But that was really cool. That was the first time that I have seen a baby hiccup on the ultrasound, and it was really cute to be able to watch. And baby B passed her breathing test as well. And then we also had to just watch for their legs and their arms to extend and watch that they're moving around and that they're doing good. And both of them passed with flying colors. There weren't any worries. But the really cool thing that I'm so excited is baby B was kind of in the position ready to be head down. I would have called her head down, except for the ultrasound technician said that her head was like down here, her bottom over to the side, and then her feet up. And so because her body was curved, they wouldn't necessarily call her head down. I guess she needs to be, I guess her knees tucked into her chest still to be head down. Baby A was still breech. Her head was down here, her body down even further, and then later on she actually moved all the way up into my rib. So I've been trying to mess with them, play with them. My husband and I are doing a couple things to try to get them to rotate and flip and hopefully be head down. But that gave me so much hope that these girls do still have the possibility to turn themselves head down for us to go into labor and delivery. I have kind of been psyching myself out about what labor and delivery would be like for twins. I know the labor and delivery part is more painful than the pregnancy itself, but I feel like especially with my last labor and delivery, I finally figured out how to work with the contractions and not against them when I was in the labor. And so I'm hoping that would work kind of the same with twins. I don't know how it would work with twins, actually. Yeah, whenever one of them's getting ready to deliver and the other one, I guess, maybe just gets kind of out of the way. I don't know. But hopefully we'll find out what the whole labor and delivery process with twins is like, that they'll actually be head down and not still be breech. I asked my doctor about it because I know quite a few other moms that are about this far along with twins and they already have their C-section dates scheduled. But my doctor still was like, we're going to keep on waiting and just see how things go because they could turn still. And so that made me very happy with the doctor's office that I am at, that they are not rushing to put me into a C-section with these girls because my body has done this successfully so many times, that we're still just going to wait and see what happens. So if you would please join us in praying that these girls will turn head down and that we will have a successful labor and delivery, I would love that. To be able to avoid having major surgery would be nice. And bed rest. I have been on bed rest for the first time ever this last week, and it's been a mind shift for me. Having to, thankfully we have our nanny that works with us for 4 hours during the afternoon. My husband and I had talked about possibly raising how many hours that she works for us, but I was like, let's get through this first week, try it out, see how things go. and then we'll make a decision if we need her to work more hours or not. Personally, I think we're okay, but I'm the one sitting around on bed rest. And so I think that's going to have to be a decision that's up to my husband, because he's the one that's having to pitch in more and do more things. So if he feels like we need more help, then I'm going to have to humble myself and accept the help. It's really hard to sit around and see somebody else serve our family as much as I'm used to serving our family and not be able to get up and do it. So we'll see what happens. Next week we might have more work with our nanny. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to leave that up to my husband to decide on that one. I remember when I was little, about 10 years old, when my sister was born, and my mom was put on bed rest with her at the very end of her pregnancy. And my dad had tried to hire a lady to come and help just clean up the house a little bit and just help out with some stuff. But my mom actually ended up letting her go and not wanting the extra help. And I totally get that now, because it is really hard to watch somebody do your job and watch somebody do things. I don't know, like I miss cleaning. I miss doing stuff. And so I mean, I'm on modified bed rest. And so I asked my doctor, I was like, can I sit at the kitchen table and prep meals? And she said, yes, that's fine, as long as you're not the one getting up and cooking. So I was like, okay. So, and I can sit on the couch and fold laundry, as long as it's something that I can fold while I'm sitting still and not having to bend over back and forth to get laundry out of the basket to fold and put it back into the basket. And so that was like, okay, I feel like I can still contribute. And I have also started pitching in more with the kids' homeschooling. I had initially stopped doing the homeschooling and let my husband take over during the first trimester because I was completely exhausted, like I am now. But every time that I had energy, I was spending it on things that I could do to help out the family and didn't really have the patience to just sit and do homeschooling. But now, since I'm sitting anyways, I am picking up a little bit more of the homeschooling and getting to read with the kids, and which is stuff that I honestly have been missing. When we hired our nanny, it was going to be more so to help with the kids and be able to let them go outside and play and have fun, and I'll take care of the house stuff and everything that isn't as exhausting. But now things are shifting, and I am enjoying getting to spend that time with them, because I've actually missed it the last few months, and it's kind of nice to just get to sit and read a book with them, and I can do a lesson that isn't necessarily active for me, but I can direct the kids. Like I was teaching them measurement the other day and was having them take their house shoes that they just got and measure things to see how many house shoes long something is. And so it was just fun to be able to interact with them and have that one-on-one time and just special time with them again. The doctors have also put me on Precardia, whatever that blood pressure medicine is that actually helps you not have so many contractions either. I'm taking that every 6 hours, which is helping a lot. But I do notice, especially during the daytime, if I am getting close to that 6 hour mark, I can feel my contractions starting up a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, just waiting for the time to come when I can take another one. But during the night, I usually end up skipping it, sleeping through my alarm. And then whenever I'm uncomfortable and wake up again, I'm like, oh, I missed it. So I need to take it. And I'm having to like switch my hours of whenever I'm taking it, pretty much almost every day, because I'm bumping it back an hour at least each night because I'm sleeping through it, which I think is good because my body is resting then anyways. And I am not feeling contractions during the sleep or anything that's waking me up at least. And next week will be 36 weeks. That's the biggest goal that I'm so excited to get to, is to get to that 36-week mark where the girls may or may not need any time in the NICU if they are born anytime after that 6-week mark. And so excited and so looking forward to getting to next week's video and saying I'm 36 weeks pregnant. So that's my biggest excitement, to be able to come back and say I'm 36 weeks pregnant. And we'll see what happens with the girls. And my medicine should be running out a little bit after that 36-week mark, just a few days before Christmas. So we'll see what my body does at that time. We'll see what the doctors say at that time. And I don't know. It'll be interesting. It's getting exciting. We just had our online baby shower. Thank you for those of you that participated in that and hung out with us and gave us things. we feel so incredibly blessed. I have spent most of today just looking at everything and enjoying it and getting things ready a little bit. I have not rested as much as I should today because I've been so excited with all this stuff. Although I've been sitting on the floor looking at stuff, but I have put stuff away. So I know I did take a nap. I just got up from my nap, so I'm trying to be good again and rest. It's just so exciting, and there's so much that I want to do to get ready for them. So yeah, but next week, 36 weeks, I will be good this week, so we can get to 36 weeks, and I will not wear myself out. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. Subscribe if you haven't already, because these girls are coming soon, so soon, and I cannot wait to meet them. This next week, I have a growth ultrasound to find out how big they are getting, because they are getting really big, and it is very heavy to try to move anytime really now, so we're getting there. They're healthy, and I'm so excited. So I'll see you next week, pregnant at 36 weeks. Bye.